AI, brain fog, and hallucinations. Think of your AI's attention like a spotlight. When you give it a small, focused beam of information, it can see everything clearly and respond accurately. But when you flood it with massive amounts of context, that spotlight gets scattered across too much territory, and the AI struggles to find what actually matters. It's like trying to read a specific memo on a desk buried under thousands of documents. The relevant information is in there somewhere, but it's buried under too much noise. This overload is a key reason why AI systems start making things up. They're essentially guessing to fill in the gaps where their attention got lost. 1. The context window. When you ask an AI a question, it can only pay attention to a limited amount of information at once. We call this the context window. Think of it like your desk at work. If you have just one task with a few relevant documents, you stay focused and productive. But if your desk is buried under hundreds of papers, it becomes impossible to find what actually matters. The same thing happens with AI. Too much irrelevant information actually makes it harder for the AI to give you a good answer, because it gets lost in the noise. So the real skill isn't feeding an AI as much data as possible. It's giving it the right data, cleanly organized, so it can focus on what counts. Here's the key challenge AI systems face. When you give them a small, focused task with limited information, they can deliver precise, accurate results. But as soon as you scale up to massive amounts of data, their attention gets scattered. Just like you'd struggle to find a specific detail in a massive document filled with irrelevant information, AI systems have trouble distinguishing the signal from the noise when overwhelmed with too much input. This is why the amount of data you feed an AI system matters just as much as the quality of that data. When you're working with an AI model in a long conversation, here's something crucial to understand. The middle part of your conversation tends to get lost. Your AI remembers what you said at the beginning clearly, and it pays close attention to your most recent messages, but everything in between, that information starts to fade and become obscured. This is why important details from earlier in your conversation might be overlooked or forgotten. They're stuck in what we call the forgotten zone, and it's one of the biggest challenges when maintaining context over extended interactions. When an AI system encounters missing information, it doesn't simply say, "I don't know." Instead, it tries to fill in the gaps by making educated guesses based on patterns it has learned. This process is called hallucination, and it can lead the AI to confidently present false or fabricated information as fact. Think of it like your brain completing a sentence before someone finishes speaking. Sometimes you guess right, but sometimes you're completely off base. The key to reducing these errors is making sure the AI has enough relevant context and clear instructions, so it sticks to what it actually knows rather than inventing plausible-sounding answers. Sensible processes and clear logic speak for themselves. If you want more content built on these principles, subscribing and liking the video is the most direct way to support us. Thank you, and see you next time.